Don't know what happened right there. Discontinue that. Close that out. Let me make sure we're good. Uh, we should be live. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you ain't saying nothing. Hmm. What happened to our Facebook setting? That's interesting. We started talking about Caitlin Clark and everything went bad. Okay, we're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. Definitely back.
I'll take your word for it. I can't find it. But anyway. Okay.
You have to not log off, but close it out and open it back up. Yes. All right, we're definitely back. There we go. All right. Whew. Man, what's up? What's going on? Facebook just kicked us out.
We were at what, 15 minutes. I wonder if that has something to do with it. Never did it before.
Yeah, it shouldn't. I don't know. So yeah, you were talking about Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, I thought that was one of the storylines that was interesting for me. Angel Reese, I can't remember how tall she is, but she's pretty. She's taller than Caitlin Clark,
Probably 6'4".
bigger too. Yeah. So Caitlin did this hard foul on Angel Reese. I mean, she knocked her to the floor, and the way she did it, and she just walked away like it was no big deal at all. Angel Reese popped up, started walking toward her, and I think she said something to the fact of, "You," I can't remember what she. It had two f bombs in there, but almost like you effing crazy. You know what I'm saying? And Caitlyn just,
You good?
the hell? Did you hear that?
Yeah. You good?
Oh, fudge, man. That's my AI robot. Hold on, let me turn this damn thing off. Why
What
are
the
you
hell?
doing that, bro? I'm sorry. Anyway, hold on.
This is crazy. This is crazy. We're just all out of sorts today.
Yo, keep talking.
Okay. I don't really know what to talk about.
Okay, it's
It's
turning
just
off now.
okay. Go ahead.
Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah. Anyway, she hard fouled her. So most people who are fans, like I mentioned earlier, of old NBA basketball, 80s and 90s, Larry Bird, which is one of my favorite players, was
Interesting.
good with that. Like Larry Bird was like 6'9", 6'10". But I mean, he was a passionate player, but like he didn't really talk trash. But there was quite a few people, like my other favorite player, Dr. J. He used to have rivalries with. So when Larry Bird used to hard foul somebody, he would just do it and just walk away. He wouldn't talk trash or shout expletives. That's what Caitlin Clark did. She just fouled her.
Explicitness.
And as what's that?
Go ahead. You said
Anyway,
expedience.
Angel Reese started going towards her, and Caitlin Clark did nothing. It was like no reaction or at all. I was like, man,
Hmm.
that's boss right there.
I
Boss.
mean, at the end of the day, what's she gonna do?
She could have ended up getting in a fight with her,
And
but she
here's
didn't.
my thing about Angel Reese. If you see, uh, got that cricket service. If you see what happened, uh, she had the opportunity to grab her, to go at her, to do anything she wanted to do in that segment. She didn't do nothing. She had a quick opportunity to grab her if she really wanted to do something. She just wanted to get in her face and tell her about herself. So Caitlin Clark, being a G that she is, being having to go through turmoil for the most part, she just pretty much walked away like, "What you gonna do? I got my four teammates here. You got your four teammates. Y'all ain't gonna fight." So much props to Caitlin Clark, man. Much props. And she was beating the hell out of her. Not just her, but
I
the
think
team.
also, I think Caitlin knows it's her league.
Yep.
She knows it's her league. They not gonna do nothing. She was like, they asked her about it. She said it was a good hard foul. They got it right.
Yeah. I mean, what
Angel
else?
Reese gonna get her though. Angel Reese coming gonna hunt. She's gonna hunt for her. Watch.
Well,
Tell
they play again.
you.
So she gonna have the opportunity because they play again.
Yeah.
I'm trying to fix this.
So then the other thing too I want to quickly chat about is the NBA lottery they had too, wasn't too long ago. And so I believe the number one lottery pick is going to,
The Dallas Mavericks.
yes, that's what it was.
Yeah.
The Dallas Mavericks. Thank you. And so this Chaps Page player from Duke, they was talking about he has the ability to be the next best white basketball player. They compared him
Flag.
to Larry Bird.
Hey, flag.
What I said Page or Flag. My bad. I
Flag.
said Page. I said Page. My bad.
Yeah.
Flag. But they talking about he can be as good as Larry Bird.
Just as good, if not better.
Bruh, like, didn't they say that about Christian Laettner?
They did. They did. They did. They
And
did.
he's from Duke.
He is. You didn't see
Like, what is everybody going so crazy
You
about?
didn't see Flag play?
I did, but so?
Damn.
So?
This dude is unicorn and
There was a lot of players that looked good, and they came to NBA and they were trash.
True.
I mean, saying he could be the next Larry Bird, the Great White Hope. Come on, man.
I don't think he's going to be able to take a team to the championship. I mean, Dallas, I can't believe they got Flag, to be honest. I don't know. Dallas, I mean, with Kyrie, with those two bigs they have, and Flag, goodness gracious. That's trouble. That's trouble.
So, well, I think the interesting story was Stephen A. Smith made a comment on First Take that the Dallas Mavericks will be foolish not to pick him because he is a basketball player who has high expectations and he's white. And that he is the next great white hope. And them being Dallas since they let Doncic go, it'd be great for marketing.
Mm-hmm.
They need to pick him. And there were a couple of people, well, a lot of people that flamed Stephen A. Smith, said he was racist for saying that. Oh,
I don't disagree, but I don't take full agreement. I understand what he was saying because they got rid of one. Go ahead and get the other one. But I don't think that's a reason to take him. Ace Bradley going to the Spurs would be fired. Yeah, I think Ace is gonna go. To the Spurs though, the Spurs have number 2 pick.
I think they're 3. I think they're number 3.
I said maybe Utah, land in Utah. But yeah, Ace Bradley, I mean, he's good, but he ain't better than Flag. Definitely not better than Flag. So looking forward to
Bro, you make it sound like that dude is straight.
Bruh. Flag so here's what they said. I understand it was practice, but if you saw I don't want to say documentary, but I think it was when Flag went up against the U.S. basketball team, when U.S. basketball team played basically a bunch of college kids, and Flag is a dang rookie. I'm sorry, he was a freshman. And he was holding his own against NBA players at I think it was 17 or 18. I'm telling you.
Bro, again, I've heard this story before. Everybody's about, oh, he held his own against the NBA. He did. Bro, Christian Laettner from Duke played with the NBA players on the Dream Team. Remember that?
First of all, hold on. He did. You're right. You're right.
Yes,
you're correct.
Yeah.
But that was just, we have to have a college player on the team because back then in '96 Olympics, they had to have a
they could have picked any collegiate player. They could have picked any collegiate player. Could they not?
They could have, but
could they
Christian
not?
Laettner was the
already
dude in college.
already then. That's what I'm saying. So don't make it sound like they only picked him because he was a college player. They could have picked anybody else. They could have picked any collegiate player. They're talking about Christian Laettner was the thing. You make it sound like, oh, they had to pick a college player, so they picked Laettner. Come on,
No,
man.
well, the facts are the facts. They had to pick college player. They picked Leitner because he was the best college player at the time.
Okay, we can agree to disagree.
We'll see. We'll see. Time
We
will
I
tell.
digress.
But Nick
I
Jack is
digress.
right. He said the NBA don't play for real. So I mean, he is correct. they don't really play for real.
So going back to the Stephen A. Smith comments, no issue with what he said.
No, I always pronounce his name wrong. Gary Jerry said I disagree with Steven until he mentioned the marketing angle.
Yes, good point. Great point.
So yeah,
Great point.
I get the marketing part, but just getting him because of that is not. I mean, Dallas is looking for another Luca because they're still mad that Luca left. It's going to be interesting when Flag goes against Luca, how that's going to end up, because that's going to be like their new savior to Dallas. They're going to look at Flag, and we'll see. People are saying Kyrie is going to go to the Lakers.
He'd be foolish to do that.
I don't think they have the money. How does that make him racist for saying that? It's a great question.
Okay, well, you know, who asked that question? Nick?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's interesting. And it kind of goes off topic, but it doesn't. Because, like, for Stephen A. Smith to say that, the folks that were chiming in with comments, I'll read one of them. Somebody mentioned in Twitter, they said, wow, Screaming A brought up race on the
Screaming
sports
A.
show. Then they put down the brown leather ball is colorblind, homie. It doesn't give a duck who your skin looks like. White. Racism alive and well. So all these comments came from folks who were obviously not African American. They're like, hey, why are they making this about race when if this guy's the best player, he should go first? And so for Stephen A to say that comment about marketing, it's almost like they're saying like, okay, well, only pick him because he's white and he's going to be a great basketball player potentially. And they lost Luca, who was, I mean, he's actually from Eastern Europe, but he's white.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I thought that was interesting. It remains to be seen if he lives up to his billing. I'm skeptical, although I was skeptical about Wemby, and he proved me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see.
Yeah.
We shall see.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I think you're talking about Diddy.
Moving on, let's talk about the latest in the Diddy craze.
All right, I got to go somewhere,
Won't
so it's
say
going to be
craze.
all you for 2 minutes.
All right, go ahead, handle your business.
Go.
So if you guys have been around for a while under a rock, one of our favorite, one of your potentially favorite, or used to be favorite producers and music entertainment folks, P. Diddy, was charged with a bunch of different cases of abuse, sex trafficking, things of that nature. He's been in court for quite some time. And so now that he's been on trial, the one female, Casey Ventura, in question took the stand. So what is interesting about this is if you remember, Casey was the one that was in that video at the hotel where P. Diddy assaulted her pretty violently, right down the hallway, all caught on a hotel camera. And eventually, a lot of the allegations coming from about freak offs was dealing with Casey Ventura. So the folks at the court, as well as the jurors, actually got to hear testimony from Casey. Now, I will admit, even the small pieces I heard was very disturbing. Like I myself too and a lot of folks made jokes about baby oil and things of that stuff that was involved in it. And when I'm listening to her testimony, I felt sick to my stomach, and I felt terrible for her. I mean, the things that she said that she was allegedly exposed to or forced to do for this man being P. Diddy, was appalling and disgusting. And I said to myself, why is this man not under a rock? Not to mention, she's on the witness stand pregnant. And she went out, I mean, despite all the craziness, she went out, got her life together, got married to another man. And I believe my wife corrected me the other day. I think she has like already has 2 kids with 1 on the way. And her husband had to sit in court and listen to that stuff. Eyewitness account said that he was balling up his fist, listening to what his wife on the stand was talking about, her recount of what happened. And so she's taking a break now, but I believe she's going back on the stage one more time for cross examination. Y'all, what do y'all think about this, man? Like, it just baffles my mind that there are, let me rephrase that. It almost make it sound like I'm surprised. There are some nasty, deplorable, despicable people in this world,
Mm-hmm.
especially those who are in circles like that with a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, y'all.
I think
Like for damn. Go ahead, go
I
ahead.
think everything you're saying is right. Also, what's sad is P Diddy's kids are in the courtroom. Like, why would you have your kids in the courtroom?
You know what? Let me say this. Let me say this real quick about that. Because I've seen cases when you have someone who is on trial and you are the criminal, or the one that's on trial, and they say, bring your family. That shows another element to the jury and to the judge that your family's there, how important it is. Either this guy is 100% innocent or 100% arrogant to think that is a good idea for his children to hear the things that he is being accused of.
Right.
And maybe I'm sure he's telling his children that he is 100% innocent. But what's the possibility his sons was exposed to some of this stuff?
Oh, I
I don't
think it already
know.
came out that his oldest was just
Oh,
same thing as
man.
Boosie. Wasn't Boosie's son, or he was hiring prostitutes to sleep with his 2 sons to
Okay, I
prevent
don't know
them
about
from
all that.
ever being gay. And this is when they were like 18 and 17, 18, something like that. Super young,
Wow.
super young. But anyway,
Wow.
I think it is sad. I'm trying to figure out what is illegal that they're saying he did. Was it disgusting? Was it nasty? Was it gross? Was it beyond belief? Yes, but what is the part? I understand the racketeering part. So basically taking place in it, but what's the illegal part? Because this is not a
Well,
civil
one,
matter.
he
This is a legal matter. All right.
well,
Nick
one,
Jack wanted to clear some things up.
right.
Waiting for it to pop up. 3, 2, 1. Uh, First, let me clear. It's really sad what's going on, and I agree with y'all. I think it has been going on since the Playboy Mansion days. It just wasn't brought to light. Oh, true, 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 true. I mean, they already talked about Hugh Hefner. He's basically doing what Hugh Hefner did. Go ahead, though. I'm sorry.
So when you say what was, let me make sure I understand. You said what did he do that was actually wrong?
No,
Or
no, no, no. Everybody understand that it's wrong morally. Illegal. What was illegal?
okay, so he was charged with sexual assault,
Okay.
and you said racketeering, I guess,
Yeah.
same or similar to trafficking, sex
No, no, no.
trafficking.
Racketeering is saying that basically you are the head of what legal illegal activity, even though you haven't done the illegal activity, you made it possible. So a lot of this was done back in the mobster days, where you would be the head mob guy orchestrating drug deals, drug cartel deals, or people moving drugs around. So even though you never moved it, you never touched it, you would get off scot free. Well, racketeering came into place to say, even though you never touched it, just because you organized it makes it illegal. And that's the racketeering part.
Okay, so thanks for the clarification. So he wasn't charged with racketeering. He was charged with trafficking.
Trafficking, I get.
Yeah. So trafficking and exploitation of women. So in these charges, these acts that these women, primarily Casey
I'll be right
Ventura,
back.
performed. Excuse me.
I'll be right back.
So these charges that P Diddy was charged with are deplorable. Like I keep beating a dead horse, but it's deplorable to say the least. I mean, you think about these folks, Casey in particular, put in a position where she's a young artist. She falls in love with a man who has all this power that can help her career. And she finds out that allegedly that he has this monster mentality, all these sexual fetishes and desires that he wants her to fulfill. These things, I won't go into detail and everything. You can find it all over in different, um, as they were captured in her testimony online. But some of the horrifying things about she had to use drugs just so she can get through these sessions that were called freak offs, so she can actually perform. And it was to the point where he was making her do it or performing these freak offs with random men, and he would watch. Horrifying things dealing with urination, multiple sex partners, all night sexual performances,
Sorry.
and it was bad. She said she had to use drugs just so she can get through all of it.
Right.
And there were times where she didn't wanna do it. There was one time she went back and she mentioned it was her birthday. I can't remember, 35th birthday or something to that effect. Um, she was out with her friends, and she was having a good time, and then he said he wasn't gonna come to the party, and he just showed up. And so while she was out with her friends, he walks up to her like, "Alright, that's enough. It's time to go. It's freak off time." So she was like, "Yo, can I just enjoy my night? I'm with my girlfriend." It's like, "Nah, forget that. It's freak off time." So he made her leave so she could do. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh, but it's incredible that there are people out there like this, man. And then potentially there are people who were there that witnessed it, names may come up as well.
It's
It
interesting.
really made me feel like crap, man, hearing that stuff.
It's
It was
yeah, it
terrible.
does make you pause and think like two aspects. There's type of people in the world that are like this. The other side as well. There's type of people that will put up with people like that because of various reasons. You know, some is scared of their life, some is just thinking they're trying to make it into a specific industry or a specific tax bracket, and they think that this is what they have to do. Both are wrong. I mean, you look at Rihanna. Like Rihanna was basically their parents basically threw her to the U.S. to make money. I don't know what she was involved in, but they basically just threw her out of I think it was Barbados. Just shipped her to the U.S. and was like, "Go make money."
Mm.
So it's kind of weird to know that there's people like that on both ends. It's kind of creepy to know that. I mean, back to the point where how you do raise a kid nowadays. I mean, that was back in the 90s and it's happening. I mean, you look at the R. Kelly situation where girls were or moms were bringing their daughters to R. Kelly concerts after the rumors came out and was trying to say, oh, because they're with me, what could possibly happen.
Mm,
But
yeah,
a lot of aspects with that
yeah.
that you can think about. So I guess the early indications of the trial is: do you think that because his to take this on the other perspective, his argument is not saying he's a good person, not saying he's a saint. They're basically saying this dude's a piece of shit. Sorry, just hasn't done any illegal stuff. They're not saying he's not a bad person. They're just saying he hasn't done anything illegal.
If they, I think maybe the defense is going to your point, going to try to say like, "Hey, all this stuff happened, but they they consented to all of it."
And that's the part that they're trying to say, that they have text messages. I guess he hired one of his right hand men, whatever you call it, to keep notes and tracks of phone conversations, emails, text messages that basically all these women consented at one point.
That's, I mean, I'm not a lawyer, but that sounds like that's not going to work. I mean, one, his credibility is already shot.
Oh, true, true, true. I'm
I
not
mean,
saying
I
it's
mean,
working. Well, let me
they
pause.
showed a video from the incident, the hotel,
Right,
which he claimed before it came out that he didn't do it,
right.
and they showed the video. And then not only that, there were folks that was on his staff that witnessed a lot of the stuff that he's accused of.
Correct.
This dude should be thrown under the bus. I thought R. Kelly was crazy.
You're right.
This dude beats R. Kelly.
Right.
I
Easily.
swear, man, this is crazy.
And that's the crazy part. Is like, let me clarify, because I know I get beat up on this show for trying to bring up a different level of the conversation. Even though everything I just said is factual, people think all of a sudden I'm on P. Diddy's side. I'm definitely not on his side. I'm just giving you the defense's perspective of how they are facing this trial. Now, you're saying you're not a lawyer, but you don't think it's going to work. I mean, he's hired lawyers, and this is, they're saying, the best defense. Do I think it's going to work? Probably not. They're going to have to pivot at one point, or it's going to come to a point they're just going to take a deal. That's what I see in this case, is a deal is going to be made. Now, the prosecution did hire the best of the best of the best attorneys, as you alluded to last show. So do I think the prosecution is going to want a deal? No, they're going to be like, we hired the best. We want a conviction.
I think this case is important for a number of reasons. But one of the most important ones is they need to set a standard, because there's probably more going on out there in these circles.
You'll never
He
catch
just got
everybody.
caught.
You'll never catch everybody.
But but that will empower other folks to come forward.
No way.
Maybe they might help others. Oh, you say that now. You
No way.
say that now. I'm telling you. These so it works in the benefit of the victim and at the disadvantage of the oppressor, I would say.
Well,
Because folks are gonna know, like, they're gonna think like nobody's gonna believe me. They're not gonna do anything. Or this, there's nothing wrong with this. I'm just trying to do this to advance my career. And it never fails. You're going to have this one person in control that's going to say, nope, you're not going to get this. And somebody's going to be like, look, I did all this stuff for you and you won't do this. I'm going to say you did all this. And somebody going to get caught again.
yeah, that's how it
I mean,
always
come on.
happens. Yeah,
After the R.
that's true.
Kelly thing, how many people thought, oh, well, P. Diddy's next? How
No,
many
of
people
course not.
thought that?
Of course not. Yeah.
P. Diddy?
Right.
Come on, man. This is I'm missing you.
That's
Come on,
faith evans,
man.
but okay.
I bet you Suge Knight in jail right now. Like, I told you. I
Yeah,
told you.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Speaking of which, did you catch Terrence Howard's comment on P. Diddy?
The old ones?
Okay, I don't know which one you're talking about. There was the one where he said P. Diddy invited him to his house
That was like
to
2 months
give him some
ago. He
acting
said that.
lesson or whatever. Did you catch it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And he said
Thoughts?
basically, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot more Terrence Howard stories than anything. I mean, LeBron said, "Ain't no party like a P Diddy party."
That I'm telling you. No, I'll be quiet.
Go ahead.
No, I'm not going to touch it. Nope.
Okay.
I will. I ain't gonna touch that one. Anyway, ain't no party like a PD. Ain't no party like a P Diddy party. Yeah, he got that right. He got that one
But he
right.
also said he wasn't there for all the freak off
Of
stuff.
course, he
Said,
going.
yeah, he's just saying
What?
everything
So I
beforehand.
wondered, did he say that before this scandal?
Oh yeah, that was years ago. Years
Oh, he
and
said
years
this
ago.
years ago.
Yeah, 2000, maybe like 10.
So how would he know ain't no party like a P Diddy party?
Because he's been to a P Diddy party before. Not all P Diddy parties were just freak offs.
Not exactly. Not all were freak off.
Yeah, they probably led to that.
But the point with Terrence Howard is there was a recent show where he mentioned the same thing, and he said he believes that's partly wrong with the industry, whether you're a musician or actor, actress, or whatever. There are folks who are so hell bent to try to get to the top. And what I thought was interesting is he mentioned you go and you win your Oscar, but you forget that you lost your soul because you think about all the things you did to get that Oscar.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and some actors, man, they just do what they want to do just to get out there. And I thought to myself, out of all the examples he used, why Oscar?
Has he won an Oscar?
No.
Okay.
Because he claims he's not trying to do. He said, look, I'm a man. Ain't nobody gonna take my man card. That's what he said. But I found it interesting. He said Oscar.
Isn't that the number one award for actors? Like the highest pinnacle, like an MVP?
Yeah.
Oh, then that's probably why he mentioned it.
Yeah. I look at it a little bit deeper. Like I look at when he says that, I look at who won Oscar.
Denzel.
Who else?
Then Will Smith, Joaquin Phoenix. I can't think of too many more.
So no need to go down the line, but that's my point. I wonder if he is referring to somebody or is it just off the cuff?
I just think it's the biggest award, so he's just saying that the amount of work you have to do. I mean, Denzel should have been nominated or won an Oscar probably 10 times, maybe 5 times.
I'm willing to bet everything I have that Denzel's nowhere near in that conversation.
No. But I'm just saying.
No, I'm just want to make it known. I don't think he's referring to Denzel.
I never said that either.
And I want what?
I never said that he was referring to Denzel either.
I'm not saying you did.
Okay,
I'm just making it
known
that I'm pretty sure 150% is not Denzel if he's trying to insinuate that.
You said
but
pretty
there
sure.
are other Oscar award winners. I just found it interesting.
Oh my goodness. Look what John Becker said. You could argue that the Academy Award system is worse than the United States Air Force award system. Jesus. Okay. Didn't even put the disclaimer up there.
Yeah.
I didn't got the disclaimer. I forgot to add it to this new background.
Well, guess you'll be hearing from your PA folks.
My PA folks. That's crazy. That's crazy. Anyway.
So I'm curious, what's his issue with the U.S. Air Force award system? Which award system are you referring to? Are you referring to annual awards?
Oh man.
Special trophies? Stratifications? Which one are you referring
to? Well, let's not talk about this because the disclaimer's not going out. That will be saved for the next show. We could talk about U.S. Air Force award systems, including decorations, in a whole show. But we won't do it this show. We'll wait till I put the disclaimer out there, then we'll do it. Because, yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot to add on to. Anyway, anything else?
No, that's good.
Well, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Nick Jack, appreciate you for tuning in. John Becker, of course, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Our YouTube guests, my chief, Paul Davis, Faye Donovan, Robert Roller, Kathy in the building let us know that Friday we have off. In case you forgot, Friday we got off, so only a 4-day week this week. That's huge, huge, because I got things I need to do. So yeah, good times. Unpopular celebrities. Once
We
again,
out. Go Birds.
Game 7 tonight. Oh, in a couple hours. Game 7. See who's gonna win. See y'all next time. Peace. You just gonna nod your head.
I just said, go